Good Lesbian, Bad Lesbian, with Dor and Julie van Groensven.
Welcome to another episode of...
Welcome.
That was great.
Welcome.
Alright. And today,
Another guest.
another guest. Special guest.
Guest supreme.
Guest Supreme.
Hi.
Hello, Flip.
Hello.
Flip. Philippos. Philip. You have
Not
also...
Philip. I don't like Philip.
Yeah, but you get Philip a lot.
I do get Philip, yeah.
People keep asking me, where is Philip?
Oh
I don't know her.
Bravo. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what you should say, actually.
I will start saying that.
Yeah.
But you have also this Dutch nickname that people... Pim?
What?
Someone... A friend of... Pim.
Who the fuck called
Not
me
Pim.
Pimp?
Not Pim.
Or Pim?
Pim or
Pimp.
Pip.
Pip. I don't know.
Pepe the Pig. Do you want to let the people know who you are? Also, how do you refer to yourself? Because we just mentioned so many names.
Flip.
Flip.
Or Philippos. Those are my two favorite ways. Also Phil, because...
I never heard.
Yeah, so the thing is, the people who call me Phil are the people that I first got to know at my first years here in Amsterdam. So like that I know the longest, let's say. And that's because they just automatically started calling me Phil because Philippos was a little tough, I guess.
Bit long.
Yeah, it's just a bit long. It's not tough to say. And I was like, okay, sure, but that's how nicknames are made. Like Flip, for example, I didn't make it up. But then I hated Phil. And when I changed my life, when I started working at Cream, I kind of started introducing myself as Flip after that, because I was like, if I don't like being called Phil, I should just nip it in the bud from the beginning.
Yeah.
All right, enough of the boring stuff.
Okay, Dr. Phil.
Yeah, Dr. Phil, that's nice, actually. And also pretty good characters called Phil in movies. Phil Dunphy from Modern Family.
Oh, Dr.
Do you identify as a Phil?
Dunphy? I feel like I do have some similar qualities to Phil Dunphy. Like, I think that I have his, to a certain extent, I have his naivety.
That's cute.
Yeah. I think I'm naive, for sure. My girlfriend would agree. By the way, I'm straight, for the viewers. I'm sorry. Just to get out of the way, you know.
We'll see.
We'll see as well. Yeah. We shall see. But yeah, what was the
What
question?
do you do?
Oh, yeah.
In life.
So technically I own, let's say, part of this shop together with you and two other people.
I do have a friend who still refers to you as Hot Boss.
Ooh, I like that though. I like being referred to as Hot Boss. I'm not gonna lie. I hope, by the way, that wasn't too loud for the mic.
Oh, it's exciting.
Yeah, exactly. But I like Hot Boss.
So let's change Flip and just call you Hot Boss.
Yeah.
HB.
No, Hot Boss. It's not that long. It's around the same.
HP.
HP sauce.
Hot Flip.
Oh, then that's HF.
I call you... when I text you, I text PH.
That's pretty cool though. I've
It's
seen
wrong?
that before.
Oh, okay.
Technically it is, but as long as you say Flip.
Interesting content.
Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, and then I own Cream Vintage Shop, De Wallen. So yeah.
You do.
Actually, when we met each other, because I live across from your shop.
Yeah.
It was just before you like bought into the place.
Yeah. I was.
You were still studying at the time?
Yeah.
And then you basically said, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah.
And I thought it was, for someone your age, is kind of like a ballsy move, because we all want to make our parents proud, and education is one way to do it, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know what? I'm gonna choose me. Fuck it.
Exactly. Yeah. As a joke, I would say here that I wasn't thinking, but I was thinking. Yeah.
Someone your age. I mean, important to mention that Flip is our son.
All right, relax. My brother's age, Dor, but yeah, I guess if you had me when you were
Older
7,
brother.
Yeah,
Because you might give a very young 40 years old man, but you are 26 years old.
Yeah, 27.
27.
Thank you. Yeah, 27. Almost 30 though. Almost 30. So
3 years is a long time.
yeah.
You can't wait to be 30. if we go full daddy mode.
It
Well-
will make sense.
Yeah,
It will only make sense.
I think I'm gonna be a father. Not in my 30s though. Maybe in my 40s. But we'll see. You know,
Need a
destiny.
young wife to do that.
No, in her 30s. I mean, my mom had me when she was 33.
Yeah, my mom was 34, but it was the last one of 4. So
Okay.
Yeah, my mom gave birth at 21. My sister gave birth at 21.
Seriously?
I have a 22 years old nephew.
What? That's crazy.
You met him. He was just here.
I didn't meet.
You
I didn't meet him.
probably thought he was my brother or something.
No, I didn't meet him.
Yeah, you met my whole family.
I didn't, Dor.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I wish I did.
So my older sister we're 13 years difference,
Yeah.
and then her firstborn and I have 13 years difference as well. So it's an actual generation kind of like thing of or seeing.
Oh, that's really cool. So you hang. Wait, are you talking about Marie Claire?
So yeah, also my Claire, I was 12 and a half.
Hmm.
But now I've another sister that is not looked yet.
Okay. Yeah. Marie Claire's aunt.
I am also Mark-Claire's.
Exactly. Yeah. So her other aunt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Auntie Canty.
Auntie Candy.
I didn't come up.
Who came up with that? That's rude. That's actually pretty iconic.
I might have got a message on Instagram of the podcast. Someone thought that Julie runs the Instagram, which is ridiculous. Of course it's me.
I have more to do in life.
Mm. Oh wow.
As mentioned before, I am just the talent.
Yeah.
Sure.
Definitely.
Wow.
Well, when I met you for the first time, it had nothing to do with this shop. I was
Bravo.
Julie's,
Mm-hmm.
and I forgot my keys in my bike. And then you gave me my keys.
Yeah.
And you were so nice. And then I went back upstairs. And I remember thinking and saying out loud, wow, this neighborhood is so gay.
Oh, you thought I was gay?
And then I was told you're not gay. You just have a lot of character.
Just have a lot of characters. So
But no, you don't give the impression that you're gay.
okay.
But I never seen in my life someone in real life dressed up the way you are, speak the way you speak,
Yeah.
look the way you are. You are huge. You are a huge man.
Thank you.
I mean, for a Cypriot, I think she's
Yeah.
quite tall.
Oh yeah. Really different topic right now. But I used to be much fatter than I am now when I was growing up. Yeah, I was a chubster.
Welcome to the club.
And I didn't like exercise. I just hated it. I hated it. Because and the reason why is because I love my parents before I say this, but my parents made me exercise because I was fat. Like I think my mom just again I love my mom but I think she just didn't like the fact that I was fat. She just didn't like the fact that she had a fat son, you know what I mean? Like I'm the fat kid from all those kids.
Also,
So-
it's not healthy, right?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I agree. But the way I totally agree. But the way she did it was wrong. So like I was going to dietitians, she was signing me up to gyms and making me go to classes with all these middle-aged women.
Right. So that's why you're a great Zumba dancer.
Yes, exactly. That's why you see me every Saturday evening. I do Zumba classes in the shop. Actually, I've never done Zumba. I have no idea what is like.
I mean, when I hear the gyms with middle-aged women, and I'm close to becoming one of those, I think Zumba.
Well, Zumba is pretty old now. No offense, but I mean, to be honest, I started doing this before Zumba became a big thing. So in this case, I'm also a bit old at the age of 27. But what I'm trying to say is, so there was one class that we would end with like ab works. Just imagine me, this chubby kid with only middle-aged women, by the way, only middle-aged women. And we had this like fucking guy screaming at us at the front of the class. And it was funny. And then, Black and Yellow was one of the songs.
And then you started liking it.
It's funny. I didn't
No,
know
I
that.
still hated it. I hated it. You know, they also had somebody spying on me sometimes to see that I'm actually working out, which is so funny, actually. Yeah, They had this dude. He used to work he was like our gardener at the house, and they would pay him extra sometimes to drive me around because my parents would work. And then I think one or two times, like they like my mom texted me. He's like, "Why aren't you working out? And why are you on your phone all the time, like while working out?" And I was like, "What? Like, how do you know?" And then I just see that guy outside, and I was so
Binoculars.
yeah, kind of basically with binoculars, fucking spying on me. Yeah, it was so weird, man. But my parents did it out of love. They're lovely people. You met them. They're amazing.
It's exactly the
Yeah.
same with me. Like we have exactly the same story.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I was chubby. You become fat child and teenager. Only when I was 20, I managed to lose weight for the first time. But
Oh, wow.
I did have 6 different dietitians
Mm.
since I was 7 years old.
Yeah. I didn't have 6, but I had like 2 that I remember, at least 3.
Yeah, interesting. When did you manage to lose weight?
It's when I created my own relationship with exercise. So the thing is, the one thing that worked with this is that they instilled the idea that I need to do exercise to stay healthy, that exercise is good.
Yeah.
And I thankfully slowly started realizing, like, listen, don't like forget about your parents. There's nicer ways of liking exercise. So I started going to basketball. I was part of a basketball team. I was the worst. Even though I was the tallest, I was the worst in the team.
Sometimes it's the case.
Yeah, but fuck it. I was getting my exercise in. Like I even admitted it to the coach, like I'm here to do some exercise because I just enjoy basketball. And then I started oh my god, then I went to this guy called Coach Lucas, and he had he was like in this industrial area, and he had this warehouse, and it was just an empty warehouse, and we were just working out there, and he was training us. He was our coach, and we were like 5 people.
Camp thing or
It was like personal training, so it was called LAPT. So Lucas Antonio Personal Training. That was the guy. Yeah, shout out to Lucas Antonio Personal Training. And because of that guy, that's when I formed my actual love for exercise. Because
How old were you?
I was like 18, because I remember I was driving there. So I was 18 years old when I started, and I was going there 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. I was going there religiously. Like I loved, because he would be like, you would do like 1 week, it was hypertrophy of the muscle, where you do like lifting, just heavy lifting, and then you had like a week where it was circuit training, so it was like cardio, and then also in the hypertrophy period, you were doing like personal records and stuff. And the good thing about this guy, he would be like, "Yeah, baby, yeah," and he would do like high fives and stuff, and he'd be like, "Yeah," and then like whenever it was personal like records, whenever you would do a personal record, everybody would be looking at you, and like you would be like, "Come on, what?" And then I fell in love with that shit. And the thing is, in the beginning, he didn't like it was a man's thing, but then he realized like women need this too. So now you just see like men and women being like, yeah, like fucking high fiving and shit, and it makes you love exercising.
I mean, I think this is why they call like things like boot camp and
Yeah.
what's the other one?
I don't know, boot camp.
CrossFit.
Yeah, CrossFit. That's nice.
Call it like a cult type of thing because it's such a community based like a way of exercising. It's like pumping each other up, and it's enticing the endorphins.
Yes, absolutely. But CrossFit is not as good as LAPT personal training. Yeah.
This was a great segment. I wish we didn't have to cut all of it because we just
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
written, but
I'm so sorry. Yeah. Actually, I'll repeat it.
You don't know, like maybe without
I'm
the
kidding.
fluff, it's
without the
We'll see.
Shall we take a break?
Yeah, I'm down.
yeah.
I need a refill.
Yeah. Me too.
Nice.
Right.
Okay.
We're back.
We're back. So, do you want to pick up from where we left off?
Yes, because it's really interesting that I didn't know that you were a chubby child.
Yeah. Chubby child.
And it's funny because while you were speaking about it, you said some things and I was about to say some things, and my brain keeps saying you cannot say that about being fat. You cannot say that about being a chubby child. So I stopped myself. Now I'm thinking about it. It's really interesting how we see being fat as a bad thing or a good thing or having an opinion about it.
Yeah.
But and more than that, for us people who used to be bigger, it's almost like we can't really have an opinion about it when we are not. It's like I would be angry if I heard a very skinny person talking shit or saying something about being fat because they don't know what it means or what it feels like.
I mean, they don't know the struggle because they have great metabolism, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as someone a very different situation, just because I'm not huge now doesn't mean that I wasn't in the past.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
I think also to go back to your you with the disclaimer of like my parents are great.
Yeah.
I do think it's out of protecting you. It's
Absolutely.
because it's how society sees you, which they also want you not to be teased or bullied.
And I was. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I was, and that's why I think my mom really,
Same here.
you know, like yeah.
It's more about how society kind of sees you, and them also knowing and understanding that in order for them to be able to change that for you is to motivate you to exercise.
But also the way your parents deal with this situation or with any other situation. Sometimes they do it in a wrong way.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's something I'm dealing with in therapy, not this therapy, real therapy. That my parents might have done something wrong when I was a child, but they did it with good intentions.
Right.
I can forgive them. I can say I'm not angry at you anyway.
I mean,
At all?
like being this age, it's like you only try to do your best in the things that you know, like the tools that you have.
But for you, for the person who actually been through that, I can not be angry at them, but I still deal with the way they dealt with my issues.
Yeah.
So I'm not angry that they took me to 6 different dietitians when I was a child. I think it was wrong. I think the way they tried and kept failing was not good for my mental health. But I'm not angry at them.
Nice.
I'm just dealing with the consequences now.
With the trauma of it, let's say.
Yeah.
It is trauma, actually.
Yeah.
It is trauma. Yeah.
My mom made a very good point. I think it's actually my grandmother that said, there we go.
Nice.
Yep.
Way to break my moment.
For your grandmother.
It's like the most ungrateful job you have is to be a mother, because in a sense you will never really live up to the expectations of a child because that child is becoming themselves, and it's very natural to also not agree with your parents.
Yeah, that's very interesting, actually. It's very interesting. I mean, that's what this experience taught me. Like, no offense to my parents again. But I think they would agree. It's just like, in this case, in my opinion, they did it the wrong way. So if I ever have a kid, which I want to have a kid, is I will just lead by example. So I will make sure that I am fit, I am athletic, or at least exercise, have good habits, and then not tell my kid you have to be like this, but kind of be that person, and then my kid will hopefully also be like that.
Yeah.
Well,
but it could be that your kid has great metabolism, maybe even fast metabolism, and they're skinny.
But it can also be that your child.
True.
It can also be that your child would want you to push them harder, and you trying to be different than your parents.
Yeah,
he's gonna be angry at you.
True.
I had the same with studies, because when I was a child, my parents didn't push me. They were like 80 on a test.
80 out of 100.
Yes,
it's fucking sick.
It's good. Don't like 70. Okay, 60. Do you need help? 50. We have a problem. I wanted later in life to have better scores in school, and I didn't try hard because I wasn't pushed.
Mhm.
And I don't know if it would be better for me, but I remember being angry at my parents when I saw other friends of mine being pushed so hard that they got such great grades.
Some
So
people, but some people need to be pushed and others don't, and
Yeah.
But
I think it's very
also
difficult
those
for
friends
parents.
of mine with really great scores at school, they were angry at their parents for pushing too hard.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about I want to be better than my parents in this way,
Yeah.
remember that probably
Yeah.
you're going to be wrong anyway.
Yeah. Whatever I do, I'm going to be wrong for
The best
sure.
way to be a parent, and
It's-
that's coming from someone who's
The
not
most
planning,
grateful job.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
accepting it,
Yeah.
because it is a
Yeah. But
process of failing being a parent.
yeah, true. But like, if my kid really enjoys something, and for example, I don't know, they start doing MMA or something. You know what I mean? They like MMA. They love it, and I know they love it. I will push them then. You know what I mean? Because I know they want to do this. So that's when I would probably push them.
But
Yeah.
if they start losing teeth, would you still do that?
You can replace teeth. I mean, I'm planning on having kids when I have a lot
A
of
good
money.
parent
So
replace your teeth.
yeah, exactly. I'll get them better teeth, no
Yeah.
problem. Or her, sorry, get her or him or her or them.
Okay.
Them or
Yeah.
they.
Nice segue.
Okay, let's go.
Because
Yeah.
I think also one of the things that Dor and I also found extremely intriguing with you is your idea about queerness.
Mm.
As identifying as a straight man,
Yeah.
you can still, of course, identify in how you carry yourself
Mhm.
as queer.
Well, I would love to be able to say that, but I think because at the end of the day, I am a straight, and if we want to put in skin tone, white guy, I feel like I don't have the privilege, or at least I don't have the right to say queer, because I didn't go through what a queer person would normally go through on their daily life throughout their life. Also the personal things that they're going through, I guess. I mean, and also from society, you know what I mean? So of course, I obviously love to identify myself as
A bit of a gender bender.
yeah, I guess, yeah, exactly, a gender bender. I like that. Yeah. But I mean, if you call me queer, which you did one time, and I loved that, I wouldn't like to somebody new say like, hey, I'm queer. You know what I mean?
But
Yeah.
then
Okay. Oh,
I did actually consult my friend Chat GPT again.
oh,
And we can finally set the record straight with a little game.
Oh.
A
okay.
little game. Wait, shall we? Okay, that was the.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, what's the name of the game?
Queer or not queer?
Last time it was Good Lesbian or Bad Lesbian,
Well,
and it had a
I
beautiful intro.
I cater to our guests, and in this case, we're not asking you if you're a good lesbian or a bad lesbian. We're just gonna talk about clothes,
Okay.
and you both on separate teams will tell me if a item is queer or not,
Okay.
and then we'll see who's the better queer.
Oh.
Queer or not queer?
Well, you both work with
Queer.
clothes,
Queer. I like that.
and you might both be queer. Let's see. Doc Martens.
Pretty queer.
Pretty queer. Sorry, I was whispering. I'm not allowed to whisper more on this podcast.
So it is queer. Let's give it a bit of a why.
Okay.
Doc Martens have deep roots in queer fashion, especially in lesbian, punk, and queer activist communities. So
And I am a
Yeah.
great lesbian.
Oh, you.
As I am the good lesbian.
Oh, bravo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you are. I know. I know this. I know this.
right. Pearl necklace.
Not queer.
The way that straight men are using it now, I would agree with that. Yeah, because I'm wearing a pearl necklace right now.
Right
it is
now,
Yeah.
good for you. It's actually considered queer.
Oh.
The Y is through traditionally considered a marker of upper class femininity. Pearls have been reclaimed recently by gay men and non-binary folks.
Okay.
So the celebrities like Harry Styles, who I think
It's
identifies
not queer at all.
as identifying.
I think he's bisexual, is he not?
No.
He's
That-
not.
No, that's why he's annoying.
Wasn't he dating one of the One Directions?
No.
I'm pretty sure.
I think there's some conspiracy theories about that.
No, I think he's using queer culture to gain more followers.
So he's
Well-
queer baiting.
That's
Yes.
Okay. Well,
My fear.
it's a free world. Okay. Next one, low rise jeans.
Low rise jeans.
It's like Alicia Keys.
That's
and-
super queer.
Super. It's too queer for me.
No, you're wrong. It's
What?
It's not considered queer.
What?
Men wearing low.
Low-rise jeans were a staple of the early 2000s mainstream pop fashion.
What's more queer than
Uh,
the 2000s?
Think Britney Spears and Paris Hilton. Those two are definitely
Queer.
no.
They are queer icons.
Bandana in the back pocket.
That's not queer.
That's queer.
Queer.
Whoa! Does it come from the prisons?
No, it's a very
No.
it's a very classic one in queer history, especially among gay men. The hanky code used bandanas to signal sexual preferences in subtle coded ways.
Ooh.
So, for example, different colors and placements. If you put it in your left pocket or your right pocket, that would mean something else.
Oh, what? This is so interesting.
Red,
Educational
red-
podcast.
red is for fisting.
Oh,
Yellow is for water sports.
is that a
Water slide.
water sports? Okay, I thought like literal. It's like, hey dude, it's like, want to go water skiing together, man?
Not queer. Not queer.
Cargo pants.
I don't know anymore, man. Not queer. Not queer.
Queer.
It's not queer.
Yeah, it's the least queer thing ever, man.
No, I thought.
Cargo pants are all over the place. You see them in military. You see it in
You're
Waiter.
all over the place.
skater culture and normcore fashion. So yeah,
But can I say something? Also, the bandana. Skaters wear bandanas. But anyway, this is a deeper
Because
thing with
they
the
like it.
but it's specifically
Eh.
specifically bananas in the back pocket.
in the okay.
back
All right. Okay. All right.
So it's a tie. Let's
Okay.
go to the last
anything in here.
question to really
Oh.
define who is the queer. You might find them ugly, you might find them beautiful, but for sure they are warm. The Ugg boot.
Not queer.
Not quit. Okay, we're thinking about the
No,
women
it's
as well.
not
So
queer.
yeah, not I'm gonna say also not queer.
Not queer.
True, it's not queer.
Yeah, nice. So it's a tie.
It's a tie. Do you want one more question?
I think we need a
One-
tiebreaker. Yeah, come on.
Right.
Think hard.
Okay. Turtleneck
Turtleneck,
tucked into high-waisted pants.
dude. I mean, Steve Jobs is a pretty straight guy.
Not tucked into his pants.
They were tucked into his pants.
Queer.
Wait. Don't say anything. Let me make my decision. So turtleneck tucked in, but also that guy who says, I'm too sexy for my wasn't he wearing a turtleneck in the video clip? No.
He's bold, and I think he has a turtleneck. Yeah. Ooh, it's a tricky one.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna say no. It's straight.
It's queer.
Damn it!
Queer or not queer?
It's academic lesbian coded.
Academia lesbian coded, you said.
Star.
Coded with a D or a C-O-A-T?
CODET.
Okay. Okay, coded.
Thank you. Very, very.
Damn.
But you were close. You were very close.
Okay. Thank you. Solid handshake.
Very queer.
Thank you for playing.
Thank you for asking us
Yeah.
those questions.
Let's see what the listeners got as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the
Did
end?
you get them right? No,
Was it? Oh, okay. Oh, thank God.
it's the end of the game.
The segment.
Let us know in the comments.
Are you
Jeez.
queer or not?
Yeah.
Are you queer or not?
It's only, you know, what's the Kinsey scale? We've just created the queer scale.
There we go. Let us know in the comments below if you are queer or not. Let them know.
How did I dare to do an intro when I have Flip right here?
Yeah, the man of the hour.
Because you have to pay me, baby. If you're not.
Do we want to cancel our subscription to something?
Do you want to cancel your subscription?
I think you should let me go last because I still need to think about it.
I want to cancel my subscription to doing things that I don't have to do. I'll explain. I feel like I'm doing things in my life that other people could do, and I want to only be doing things that only I can do.
Like how I feel about cleaning.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
I want to be this person who can afford not to clean because I'm not the only one who knows how to do it. Just because I know how to do it doesn't mean that I need to do that. I want the professionals to do their job.
However, at this moment in time,
No, no. I don't have the means to not do anything. I do everything. The only thing that
I do everything. That's a bold
for myself, I mean, for example, if I didn't have you helping me with my finance, that would be a shit show. Thank God.
Yeah.
I have the Bad Lesbian helping me. I want to cancel my subscription to doing things that I shouldn't be doing. I want to be able to do only what I am the only one who can do. Even in this shop, for example, I don't want to have to clean the shop. I don't want to have to do the finance in the end of the day. I want to have a little munchkin doing the finance, sending screenshots. I don't want to do that. I want to
those
do
things.
only the art. That's what I can do, and
Okay, and
none of you can.
Snap back to reality.
I mean, you kind of do, bro. You have a munchkin called Hans.
You're not a munchkin.
No, he's not a munchkin.
You're not a munchkin.
He's not a munchkin, but you know what I mean. Like, he's a numbers guy. He's good with numbers.
When we finish an episode, sometimes I say, thank you to the gods of Sint Annen. I mean Hans.
Yeah. And
You're not a munchkin. And here,
yeah,
I said the gods.
The gods, it's plural.
Sint
Yeah.
Annen.
Yeah.
That's the subscription I would love to cancel. Would you like to cancel your subscription to something?
Okay, yeah. I want to cancel my subscription to toxic men. And what do I mean by that? Men who fall victim to society. And
Are we talking Andrew Tate type of
yeah, oh, of course, like especially those ones. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I've really had enough because I mean, maybe this is my fault and I think I need to go to therapy. That's another thing that I think my girlfriend would very much agree with is I think it's my fault. But like not really, but yeah. But the thing is, like, when these guys come into my shop or I walk by them by the street, I feel the need because of how they are. And they're like looking at me because they're always looking at me because I look different to them. You know what I mean? So I'm always being looked at them or made fun of. You know, one time?
There's just a lot of people looking and staring.
Yeah, but like this one time, I was walking by Buursplein and a group of older men, like fucking 40s, like mid 30s to 40s. Like men, you know, grown men with kids, jobs, probably, I don't fucking know. And they were pointing. Like, I saw it happen. He interrupted his friends. He did this. And they started laughing at me. Like, pointing at me and laughing at me.
It's funny when you were talking about you're not allowed to consider yourself queer because you didn't go through what queer people go through. Of course you do. I wanted to say that, but I wasn't sure. Look at you. Of course you draw attention. Of course people react to you.
Yeah,
that's, in my opinion, that's part of the definition of queer. That's why I think you do fall under the definition of queer. Because queer is weird and Flip. You're fucking weird. in the best way.
Yeah. I take it as a compliment.
That's why we took back the word queer, and
Nice.
we refer to ourselves as queer. We are queerdos,
Yeah.
and you're a fucking queerdo.
All right, you know what? I'm a fucking queerdo, bro. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what? I was, I also like, I literally stopped when those guys, and I was like, I was like, you like that? Like, what the fuck? I was telling you, like, what? Why? I was like, why would you do that? And he was like, and I was like, this is a joke. But it happens so much. Like they're staring, and then like if it's the wrong day, I'm usually wearing headphones. I'm going to take my headphones. I'm going to be like, what? And sometimes it's, bro, really nice outfit. I'm like, oh, thanks. But like sometimes, you know what I mean? It's not always. So that was the end of my rant, and I think that was the original canceling of my subscription.
I think that's a very good one as well.
It's not a contest, but you win.
Yeah.
Julie.
I mean, how do I even follow up with that one? Actually, I've been too stressed this week to even think about canceling anything. So I have to say I don't have anything. It's nothing comes to mind. I cannot get the thing is I cannot get passionate about anything right now.
Do you mind if
Because
I cancel something?
I'm
else?
too stressed to even fucking to listen.
I'll
to
do it. I would like to cancel my subscription to Liars because I asked you earlier, and Dimi asked you earlier.
I said
if
it's
you
very
have...
top of mind, and I have nothing top of mind. It could have been gold, and now it's
Well, this was the last
nothing.
episode of podcast.
You know what? I would like to cancel my subscription to you,
Oh.
feeling like you're better now.
Oh.
And with that, we end this friendly.
I will take that. Filippo's Flip. Phil, Dr. Phil. Hot boss. Thank you so much. Thank you, our podcast.
Thank you for having me, guys.
It was great.
It was a bit pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm elated. I'm happy.
Let's do this again.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Well, there's a guest list.
Okay.
And in line.
Yeah, but what if the viewers want to see more of Hot Boss?
Let us know in
Let
the
us-
comments.
let us
if you
know.
want to see.
Exactly.
Thank you, Julie.
Well, my pleasure. The talent's over here.
Thank you, Dor.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for giving me this platform to show everyone.
You're more than welcome. Thank you, Dimi.
Thank you, dude.
Thanks, Clemmy.
Thanks, Grandpa.
The gods of Sint Annen have them here.
Woo! And Slip.
And me, yes.
Thank you, Dor.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Julie. It's the like button, comment, subscribe. It's here. It's here.
It's
there.
It's yeah.
Horrible. Ciao.